Hello everyone. So today is the second class for StaadPro. Now we have already done some discussions in the first class, and we have developed a single story frame. Okay, a very basic single story frame we have developed. Now, I hope you have also done it in your softwares after going through the video, and I hope you have understood the commands through which we have ultimately arrived at this model. Now, in this model, I have also tried to show you how to do the 3D rendering. Okay, by just right clicking anywhere and selecting the 3D rendering command, you can see the real life model. Okay, now uh, we have also seen how we give the um, sections. So in general, if you go, these are the sections that we have defined. Okay, so zero point 0.3 by zero point 0.5 for rectangular sections in beams, and we have given circular sections for columns. Then if I need to give supports, what shall I do? Now one more thing, uh, if you want to see the other views, like this is the 3D view, so if you want to see the other views like 2D view, then you can use these commands. Okay, on the top left you can use these commands to see the different views of the model. So suppose this one is the front view, then like this one is the top view. Okay, and this one, it is the 3D view. Now we have made this model. Let us give supports. So how will we give supports to the uh, model? We need to give supports to the columns, right? So for giving supports, we have to use this command, support. Okay, this command in the left side, support. Then on the right side, I go to the command create. So let us give fixed support. Okay, let us give fixed support. Now you add it. Okay, now this support is added to the database. Now you see here there is a small circle on the bottom of the cursor. So when there is a small circle on the bottom of the cursor, that means in this case you cannot select the members. You can only select the joints. Okay, you cannot select the members now. You can only select the joints. Now if I select it here, see, we can select it. Now if I need to select all the joints, then I can just press Control, hold Control, and I select the other joints. And then this support is now blue, means this support is selected. Then these joints are selected and assigned to selected nodes. So assigned to selected nodes, blue bulb is glowing. Now support to blue, then these joints are red. Now let us give assign command. Then there will be a pop-up and it will ask you whether you really want to proceed. So you click on yes. So now you can see that you have given 4 fixed supports to the model. So now if we want to select the beam, suppose, or beam or column, how can I edit how can I select it? Because now I am not being able to select the beam or column, isn't it? I can only select the joints. So just press escape and you can now select the beams and columns. Now if I want to uh, give a rectangular shape to the column, rectangular cross section to the column instead of circular, then I can just go to general, geometry, general, then uh, you can see here when I go to general, circular concrete, isn't it? This is for the columns. When I select this blue, this becomes red. That means I have given the circular section to the columns. Now I want to edit it. So edit. So now uh, you cannot like you can change the dimension, radius, sorry, the diameter of the circle, but I want to like uh, I want to get rid of circle. I want to make it a square column. So how will I do it? If you use this command, just edit command, then you cannot change the section. You can only change the diameter. The circular section will be fixed. Now I want to change the section altogether. So what you can do is you can delete it first. Okay, so let me delete it. So I have deleted it. Now this has no sections. Okay, I have deleted it. Now I will add one more. So this pop-up, this pop-up generally comes and you just click yes to confirm that whatever you have done is like going well and you want to save your progress till now. So whenever this pop-up comes, you just click on yes and save. Now let us give another uh, definition. Then I go to rectangle. Now let us give a rectangular column which is zero point 0.3 by zero point 0.3. That means 300 mm by 300 mm. So done. And I have added it, so it has been added here. Then I close it. Now I will select. Now this is right now I select this one, rectangle 0 0.3 by 0 0.3 meter. Then I go to select beams parallel to Y. So these columns are selected. Now these columns are red. This concrete is now blue, and this assign to selected beams is selected. So assign, assign. Now these columns are becoming rectangular. Okay, so now if you go right click on anywhere and select 3D rendering, you can see that the columns are now rectangular. Okay, so this is how you can change the like sections of the members. Whenever you are not satisfied with the existing sections, you can do the changes. So that is I hope you have understood it. Now you just press escape, then it all disappears. Okay, but everything is there. You click on the beam, you can see the details till now. So suppose this beam length is 5, then rectangular, isn't it? Depth is 0.5, isn't it? Width is 0.3, and property material is concrete. Concrete material is selected. Okay, so generally when you give the sections, already there is an option called concrete here. You can give some other sections also steel, stainless steel, aluminum, but we will not be discussing that right now. So this concrete is already selected when you give the section dimensions. So every member is now a concrete member. After that, let us discuss some more topics. Like, suppose I want to add one beam. Okay. Suppose I want to add one beam. Then how will I do it? Then you have to go to tools. Okay, tools, or you can go to geometry. Geometry. Then there is a option called add beam. Okay, so suppose you want to add a beam from this point to the other point, like a diagonal. Okay, and one more beam you want to add from this point to this point. Okay, so how will you do it? You go to geometry, then add beam, then add beam from point to point. Select. Now suppose I want to add a beam from here to here. Then I first click on this, and then I click on this. Beam is added. Next beam I want to add from here to here. So I click on this, and I click here. So two beams are added. Now just click escape. So I have added two beams. Now you if you see the top view, how did we see the top view? By clicking here, top view. Okay, let us go back to the 3D view. See, this pop-up is coming, so you just click yes and save. Okay, so let us go back to the 3D view. Now this beam, if you double click on it, there is no section given here. Okay, so I need to give a section here. And if you see the 3D rendering also, you can see that this beam, two beams in the middle, they have no sections. So let us give some sections to it. So let us go to general. Then suppose this rectangular concrete section I want to give. So I just press Ctrl, this and this, hold Ctrl and select both. Then this one is also selected, rectangular 0.5, 0.3 concrete. Then this is red, this is blue. Assign to selected beams. Assign. Then they want a confirmation whether you really want to assign it or not. Then you just type yes. Okay, now this is done. So now you go to 3D rendering, right click on anywhere and select 3D rendering. You will see that the beams are now having the cross sections. Okay, so I hope you have understood this point. So um, some of you might find it difficult because some of you might be doing it for the very first time. I don't know if you have studied about StaadPro previously also. If you have studied about StaadPro previously, then I feel that you will find it uh, easier now, because StaadPro is very easy software. It is very easy software, and yeah, you may find it difficult in the first 1 or 2 days or 3 days maybe. Then you will find it very easy. And That's all, and you need to just be sincere. No need to. It's not a like very complicated software. Okay, so let us now proceed. So this is how you give the. This is how you give add beams. Now, if I want to give a load to this like whole model, suppose I want to give a load to this model, how will I do it? So you have to go to the loads and definitions. You have to go to the loads and definitions. Today I will not be doing analysis. Analysis will be taught exclusively in one separate class. Today I am just showing you how to use various commands. Okay, how to use various commands. I will not go into analysis and design right now as it will be too much. So uh, today I will not be showing the earthquake analysis. I will just show how to give some like you can say dead loads and all. Okay, how to give a dead load. Then we will be going to wind load. Then we will be going to earthquake load analysis and all. We will be going. But first of all, let us start with dead load. So load case details. When you select loads and definitions, you get this load case details. So in this load case details, you click add. So first let us give a dead load. So loading type, select dead. Then you write down the nomenclature as DL. Then you add. Next you go to live load. Then you give the nomenclature as LL. Add and close. So you can see here when I added this dead load and live load, uh, like this DL and LL came in the screen. Okay, then in dead load, now what you do is you again add. So in dead load, when you select add, select dead load, select add, then first of all we need to take the self weight. So self weight will be in y direction because y direction is vertical. Y direction is vertical. So it will be y, and factor will be -1 because it is going in downward direction. So factor will be -1. Then you click on add. So there is some difficulty in my laptop to select this. So just wait. So now see this add is here. So I've used self weight. Then this one is the self weight. Okay, this one is the self weight, and this one is y direction -1. I add it. Okay, then close. So now I have added self weight, but I have not implemented it here, okay, in the model. Just like in the sections also, like selecting zero point 0.3 by zero point 0.5 section or zero point 0.3 by zero point 0.3 sections. First we have to edit in this box. Then we have to assign it in the model. This is the way StaadPro works. First, whatever we need to assign in the model, we have to edit in the box. Okay, here in the box. Then we will be assigning it to the model. Now, in on the left of self weight, there is a question mark you can see. So what does this mean? It means that the software is asking me where to put the self weight. Okay, the software is actually getting confused where to put the self weight. So I will select the self weight now, and I will select the whole model. Okay, I have selected the self weight. You can see there is a light blue in the self weight. You can see light blue background. That means self weight is selected. Then you can now just see here. Just click on self weight. It becomes blue. Now assign to, you have to select this assign to selected beams plates. We have not used plates here. These are all beams, vertical beams and horizontal beams. As I have told you in StaadPro, there is they don't use the word column. They use the word vertical beam and horizontal beams. So every member is a beam. Okay. So now this self weight selected, all are selected, assign to selected beams, assign. Do you want to proceed? Yes. So I have now assigned the self weight to the model. Okay. So now the model will already the self weight is being added. So we don't have to do any calculation for finding out the load due to self weight in StaadPro. Just the self weight command will be enough. So that is the way how the work gets reduced. When you do your projects, building projects manually, when you will be doing it, so you will be seeing that you have to do some calculations for finding out the self weight. Okay, like you have to calculate the volume, and you have to calculate multiply the volume with the unit weight of the members, and then you have to find the self weight. So all these things, lots of calculations will be there. Self weight of slab also you have to find by doing some calculations. So those calculations are reduced into just one step in StaadPro. So like a lot of work gets reduced. That's why like people prefer StaadPro, but still you need to know the fundamentals of how the self weight is calculated, isn't it? So that's why the students they do the building project manually, because see, ultimately in the field you will be doing it in software, but still you need to know the basics, right, from where the calculations are going on. So that's why we are concentrating on giving projects where the calculations are done manually. And in your projects also, later on, like in your next semester, in your 8th semester, you will be you will have to make the model of your building in StaadPro. Major project building, whatever you will be doing, you have to do it in StaadPro, and you have to analyze it. So you have to compare whether the results given by StaadPro is matching with the results which you have obtained manually. And it's not like results will be exactly same, but the results should be similar. Okay, they should have some sort of similarities. It shouldn't it cannot be exactly same. Okay, it's not like It generally does not come exactly same, but it should be at least having some sort of similarities. Your manual calculations design, whatever you will end up with, and whatever design you end up with in StaadPro, you have it. There should be some sort of similarity, some sort of agreeableness. Okay, some sort of agreement. Okay, between those two values, one should not totally like be totally different from the other. Okay, so self-weight I have given. Um, Now for like if I want to give some load of walls and if I want to give some load of slabs, I have to give it in some separate commands. So um, for that I have to discuss how to calculate the self weight of walls and slabs, because then only you have to first calculate walls and slabs self weight, then you can just put the values here. Okay, so that I will be discussing in the next videos, how to calculate the load from walls and slabs, and then when you end up with the value, you just place it here in the commands. You will ultimately be applying the load into the model, just placing the values here. Okay, so uh, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and your assignment will be for today. You have to write whatever commands you have uh, like learned from the lecture 1 and 2, and you have to write it down in your copy, take a photograph, and you submit it in Google Classroom. Okay, whatever commands you have learned from the lesson 1 and lesson 2 from the very beginning, from like selecting add beam space, then selecting Indian standard codes, whatever commands you have learned till today in both the videos, you write it down and you you submit it in Google Classroom. So thank you very much.